You're fine. Hey everybody, if you're just joining us, I'm Mr. Sprinkles. This is Sprinkles of Adventures. We are here at Animal Kingdom, enjoying the beautiful day. We had a little bit of rain. It wasn't too bad, actually. It felt really nice. Kind of cooled everything down. And Dana, how you doing, miss? We are also streaming on our other platform. So if you want to come follow us there, give us a subscription. Heather Grace Adventures. Hello, miss. How are you? So, yeah, we're on both platforms right now. This was something I wanted to do the other day. I was telling you guys, what park would you want to be at if you could stay at any park with everything completed? Everything's done. Everything's done. The Tropical Americas, everything. What park would you stay at? Hollywood Studios, Monsters Land, everything's done. At Magic, you have Villains, you have Cars Land, everything's finished. Happy weekend, Heather Grace. How you doing? So what park would you want to get locked in either for the day or the night? What park would you want to get locked into so you could have some fun and enjoy that park for the day? I would have to say Hollywood Studios for me. Thanks for sharing the live, Heather Grace. I appreciate you. Looks like they're already starting to build a lot of the the foundation of what there we are. Tropical Americas is going to be done pretty soon. I can't talk today. Here we go. This is what Tropical Americas is going to look like. Are you excited for this? Is this something that excites you? Tropical Americas? Is this the next thing that you're like, wow, I need to go to this. I need to be a part of this. We might go get on the Kilimanjaro safaris. Hey, it's Tim. Tim, how are you, buddy? Welcome in. We're walking around. Michelle Moman's here. By the way, if you're trying to get a travel expert to book your Disney trip, Universal, cruises, all those fun things, hit up Michelle Moman. She can get you on any of those trips that you're trying to do. She can make sure that you are going to have some fun. You guys finally get a real Indiana Jones ride? Yeah, we're finally going to get a real Indiana Jones ride here at Animal Kingdom. It's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be pretty cool. So the question of the day is, if you could get locked into any of the parks, no one else is with you. Okay, we'll make it more fun. You can bring a couple friends. Okay, you can bring a couple friends. But you're stuck in the park all day. What park would it be? Everything is working. So the popcorn machines are working, all the restaurants are functioning. You're the only guest in the park for the day. You're the only park guest, but you have access to everything. What are you going to pick? What park are you going to pick? Tim says Epcot. Epcot, really? That's interesting. I mean, Epcot has really good food, so I could see why you would do that. I can see why you would do that. All the restaurants are functioning. Everything's functioning. You have your pick of to do anything. You know, now that I think about it, Epcot has got to be pretty good because all for Cosmic. But I'm thinking, wow, I can go to any of the restaurants, go eat, stuff myself. By the way, money is no object. You don't even have to pay for anything. Everything's open for you. You want popcorn? You can go eat some popcorn. You want to go eat at the most expensive restaurant at Epcot? You can. Space 220 open, just for you. Epcot or Hollywood Studios? You know, that is actually a park that I would be pretty happy with. You know, I would do that. Now that I think about it, I'm like, man, Epcot would be a good choice. But if I'm looking for rides and stuff, I'd have to say Hollywood Studios might be fun too, because Hollywood's going to have Monsters Land. I don't know. Such tough decisions. Such tough decisions. By the way, if you don't know, we are also streaming on the Red app. The Red app, the one with the triangle, you know? It's called U of the Tube. You know which one that is? We're also streaming there, and you can catch us in high definition. So if you want, all you have to do is right there, it's on the screen. If you're on TikTok, all you have to do is tap Sprinkles of Adventures, click that subscribe button, and click the notification bell. That way, when we're on, you know we're on. And we're going to be having fun together. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, here we go. I'm back. I apologize for that. Superfan Midnight Thunder, also known as Wendy. Hey, Wendy. Hey, Dyslexic Fingers. By the way, we are also on the U of the Tube app. So if you want to catch us there, all you got to do is tap on that red app that you have in your phone. Everyone's got it pretty much. I know you got it. We just teared up. Look at you guys. Look at you guys making big things happen here. Making big things happen. By the way, if you can help us tap and get to 10,000 taps, it's going to help us out so much by getting pushed out to the FYP. One of the things we're trying to do, trying to get pushed out to the FYP. So use those fingers, tap that screen, help us get pushed out to the FYP. If you are on the U of the Tube app, hey there, everybody. If you're on the U of the Tube app, put a comment in the section. Let me say hello to you. Mystery Art sending the love you so much. Thank you so much for the love you so much. That means so much to me. You have no idea. By the way, all your GIFTs, they help us out tremendously. So I appreciate you helping me with those GIFTs. And somebody already sending the hand hearts. Who sent the hand hearts? Look at you. What's the temperature? It's about 90 degrees. It just rained, so it feels really humid. So it's about 90 degrees. Yep, it's not too bad though. It's not too bad. Could be worse. McKenna! The river raft. I wish we could do this, but we can't do these with the phones. I would ruin this gimbal if I did that. Okay, Michelle, are you still with us? Are you still with us, Michelle? If you are, can we make a poll? I want to make a poll. Dreaming of Disney podcast, hitting us with the pops. Thank you so much. The poll is, by the way, if you don't know my friends, Dreaming of Disney podcast, they have a podcast on TikTok and on all the other streaming platforms, which they talk about Disney. They do it on Sunday nights. It's actually really fun, really interesting. The poll is going to be, if you could get locked into any park, what park would it be? Everything is open. Everything is open. All the parks are open. Doesn't matter which one. You can get locked in. We're going live tomorrow night. Oh my goodness, I can't wait. That's Cali River Rapids over there. We're trying to figure out how to create a poll. You know who's really good at creating polls? Our friend Michelle. She can give you some pointers. Also, if you're confused on how to make a poll, you could probably go on some kind of a Chat GPT or something and figure it out. Toy Story 5 review. Oh my goodness. That's going to be a good one. I would like to know what your thoughts on Toy Story 5 are. I'll keep mine to myself. Hello, friend. How are you? Good. Have a great one. Okay. You're seeing it tomorrow? You cried? Oh no. It is a crying movie. We are on the backside of the Tree of Life right now. We just went all around the park almost. We're on the other side of it. Great view. Poll is up. Top left corner. There it is. You got 40 seconds, everybody. You got 40 seconds. Help us figure out what park you want to get locked into. I already know what park I want to get locked into. Hollywood Studios, hands down. I can go eat barbecue over at the Roundup. I can go to the Brown Derby. I can go watch the Villain Show. I can get on Tower of Terror like 4 times in a row. That's what I would do. Can I vote? Oh, I can't vote. I cannot vote. But Hollywood Studios took it. Hollywood Studios took it. Wow, Animal Kingdom. Nobody wants to get locked into Animal Kingdom. Nobody. Bonjour. Kim, thank you for the heart me. By the way, tonight we are doing fireworks. Tonight is a fireworks night. We will be at the Magic Kingdom a little later, having some fun. So if you want to watch Happily Ever After, let us know. Also, I'm trying out something new. So if you guys could go over to the U of the Tube app. Justin, what's up, buddy? You're in town, buddy. Where are you at? If you could do me a favor and go over there, I want you to check out the stream. Tell me what you think. Does it look good? I'm using a brand new software platform. I was using something called Streamlabs before, and now I'm using something called Prism. And they're both different. They're very different They're very different platforms, but they do essentially the same thing. One has less widgets, one has a little bit less, so let's a little less smart, but I'm hoping that it is better because a lot of people say that we were getting a lot of, what's the word that I'm looking for? That we were getting a lot of lagging. So I want to know if we're lagging or not, what's going on. It's a big part of this whole streaming thing. And if I can work out all those kinks, I would greatly appreciate your help. I would greatly appreciate your help in trying to figure out that whole situation. So I appreciate it. Tim says, hey, it looks good. Well, I appreciate it, Tim. How's it sound? How's it sound on your end, Tim? I don't have a lag. Okay. That's exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking to see if we're going to have lag, if we're going to have issues. In a second, I'm probably going to put a cooler. Super clear. Okay. That's good to know. Thanks, Tim. Tim, where are you watching us from? Is this the same stream from? It is. So I have two phones. I have two phones at the same time going. So what park are you at? We're at Animal Kingdom right now. So Tim, we're side by side streaming. I literally have a phone on the gimbal with with another phone on the side. You hitting up Magic Kingdom tonight? Justin, you know I am. I'm hitting up Magic tonight. We're gonna be having some fun. So Tim, that's why the clarity looks different, because I have a Samsung Fold 7 on our TikTok phone, and on our view of the Tube phone, we have a Google Pixel 10 Pro XL. So, and in fact, I think I'm going to stick with the Google phones. I think I'm done with Samsung at this point. I've kind of realized that I enjoy. Ooh, Kilimanjaro Safari has a 10-minute wait. Let's go get on that. Let's go get on that, shall we? Let's go have some fun. We're gonna give you a certificate. Hello, friend.
Hi. Welcome in.
Thank you. Let's go have some fun, everybody. Lion. Simba. Zebra. Pundalamila. Rhino. Kifaru. Hippo. Kibaru. Cheetah. Dumba. Ostrich. Mbuni. Okay, I'm back. Hey, Tim. Actually, I'm gonna set you guys in the corner. Nobody puts baby in the corner. I'm gonna put my foam coolers on this thing because it's getting very hot, and I want to make sure that we have the phones running as optimal as possible. So on the Google phone, we put that thing. There we are. Where's Patrick S. when you need him? I know. Okay, we're gonna put that bad boy on there. Phone cooling. Oh, we're missing one more phone cooler right here. By the way, these are the phone coolers that I use. They're fantastic. If you're ever in a bind and you're looking for something to cool your phone, this keeps them nice and cool. Prince Andrew Boyd, how you doing? Okay. Can you guys hear the fans going? Both coolers are on. Can you hear the fans going on your end? Always a question I ask myself. Can they hear it? Can they hear the fans buzzing?
You
cannot.
Near the Pepper Reserve,
That's a good thing.
Notice some of our more adventurous guests exploring the park on foot. This is just one part of Harambe's Wild African trip, a privately guided 3-hour bushwalk through the Safi River Valley.
Oh, look at Cardinal. He's having some fun too. All the animals are going to be out now because it just rained, so the animals are going to be so happy. They're going to be running around. We might actually see the lions today. Hello. I cannot hear what kind of cooler you use. I use a cooler from a company called Black Shark. And I got to admit, these things are fantastic. They don't make a lot of noise, but they keep the phone so cold. So cold. Are you in Florida? I am in Florida. Okay, everybody.
Go about friends, unload your shoulders, please.
Turn off the flash on your camera or phone.
Okay, Kilimanjaro Safari. What animal are you hoping that you're going to see? Is there an animal that you want to see? Prince Andrew, I see you with Princess Peach over there. I see you. I see you with Princess Peach. Hi, friends. Yes, ma'am. Lion. I want to see a lion. You know, I like seeing the okapis. The okapis are my favorite. They look kind of alien-esque, the okapis, because their nostrils are in a weird place. The okapis, in my opinion. Thanks, lots. I appreciate it. Which one? Where? There we go. The giraffe. Yeah, no line. It was raining earlier, so a lot of people have left. They said bye. Hold on. Did I get... I'm so sorry. Didn't pull up all the way. Okay, here we go. We got a whole row to ourselves pretty much.
Alright, watch your hands, arms, feet, and
Aaron
legs.
says hello.
Doors will be sliding closed. Asante Sana word in. Asante Sana is a Swahili word that means thank you, and Twende means let's go.
Let's go!
Jumbo means hello, my name is Kaylee. I'm going to be your guide on our adventure through the Harambe Wildlife Reserve today. Just a few safety notes before we head out. Keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside this vehicle at all times, and remain seated for the entire safari. Hold tight to your loose articles. I can't stop for anything that falls out of the vehicle, and remember to be respectful. Attempts to get the animals to come closer or look at you are far more likely to scare them away, and for your safety as well as theirs, we don't want to risk spooking them. But with all of that in mind, welcome to Little Italy Forest. If you look out here to the left-hand side, we're going to come up right next to a saddle-billed stork. At their full height, they can reach about 5 feet tall, have an average wingspan of about 9 feet. This one's a male, we can tell because males have brown eyes, females have bright yellow. Over here to the right-hand side, there's also an okapi up on top of that hill, hanging out in between some bamboo. Okapi do their best to make sure they're neither seen nor heard. They are fairly silent. They communicate almost entirely in scent markings, and the stripes on their back legs do help them camouflage into their surroundings. The stripes sometimes make them look a bit like a zebra, but okapi are the only living relative of the giraffe. Camouflage is going to be most of these animals' primary form of defense. They rely on the cover provided by the bushes and the trees to help protect themselves from predators. White stripes specifically do work by mimicking light filtering in through the trees. And we might find that on a few more animals around here as well. There's a few antelopes around. At the top of the hill back here on our right hand side you can find a pair of greater kudu. These are both females. We can tell because only males have horns that can be about 6 feet across. And there's a second kind of antelope up ahead here called the bongo. Both male and female bongos have horns. They're angled backward to keep from getting tangled in the thick brush they like to hide in. The bushes and the trees here in the forest provide these animals with a primary source of food as well as a source of cover. Animals who get their food from the bushes, trees, and nuts and berries that they find on them are a kind of animal called browsers, which is one of the two different kinds of herbivores. We'll make our way out of the forest and into the Safi River, which is going to be home to animals who spend a lot of time in and around the water. So that's where we're going to be keeping an eye out around here. We'll find a lot of birds in this river environment. Might also spot a few hippos in the water. We're going to see if there are any more. That might be a little easier to see later though. These large grayish white birds on the islands are the pink-backed pelicans. They are one of the smallest of the pelicans, despite having an average wingspan of 7 to 9 feet. It does look like we will find a few more hippos around here. They spend most of the daylight hours in the water to prevent overheating and protect their skin from the sun. They can hold their breath for several minutes at a time, and they can sleep underwater too, relying on a reflex allowing them to head up to the surface, take a breath, and sink back down without waking up. They're also very dense animals. They don't float very well, so they move through the water like this by walking along the bottom instead of swimming up at the surface. Hippos have very good relationships with a lot of the smaller birds and the fish in the river. Those smaller animals will eat the itchy, dry skin and insects off the hippos' backs, and they get protection from predators in return. That's something we call a symbiotic relationship, animals working together to help each other survive. From here we can make our way out of the river. Our next stop is going to be the largest area of the reserve, the savanna. The savanna is going to be home to some of Africa's most recognizable animals. But before we see any animals out there, I'll introduce you to another very important part of the ecosystem. Over here to the right is a baobab tree. Often nicknamed the upside down tree because it looks like their roots are up in the air, they go without leaves entirely for 9 months out of the year to conserve water. They can store thousands of gallons in their trunks, making them very important water sources to the animals on the savanna during droughts. And for that, they're also nicknamed the Tree of Life. Welcome out onto the savanna. Looks like you have a few Ankoli cattle in the corner back there. A fully grown Ankoli cattle's horns can be about 6 feet long from tip to tip, but they're not quite as heavy as they look. They are hollow on the inside, with blood vessels running through the structure of the horns to help the cattle regulate their temperature. Got a few eland walking around out there in the middle as well, one of the largest antelopes in the world, but we're going to get a little closer to them as we keep going here. Most of the animals out here on the savanna are going to be grazers. That means they're animals who get their food from the ground and the grasses instead of the browsers that we met back in the forest. Whether an animal's browser or a grazer mostly depends on the more common source of food in their environment, but there are going to be exceptions to that rule. There are some animals out here that mainly eat from trees. They just have to be pretty tall ones to be able to reach most of them. And their job as part of the ecosystem is to trim the tree canopies to make sure everybody else's food has the sunlight it needs to grow. Looks like we are going to come up on our eland friend over here. Second largest antelopes in the world, second only to the giant eland. They can stand about 6 feet tall from hoof to shoulder. They're still very good at jumping despite that size. They can usually jump about as high as they are tall, so about 6 feet in the air from the standing position. One of them across the road here. The opposite of the eland are the springbok out here to the right. Tiny little antelopes walking around in the back there. They're one of the smallest antelopes in the world. Their size gives them advantages like being able to jump 6 feet up and 13 feet forward in a single bound. Antelopes are very good at jumping in general. There are very few kinds that can. Pulling up next to a female eland here. Males are going to be slightly larger on average. They're going to be a little more gray. They're going to have a larger dewlap, that flap of skin underneath their necks. They also have slightly shorter horns. There are a few wildebeest hanging out back there as well. And out to the left, looks like we're going to find a few giraffes. They are one of the only browsers out on the savanna. They're the tallest animals in the world and the only ones who can reach most of these trees. As adults, they usually stand around 16 to 20 feet. They're usually born at around 6 feet, for reference up to about the top of the doors on this truck. And since they have pretty much no competition for their main food source, they spend a lot of their day eating, usually eating for about 20 hours and only sleeping for about 30 minutes. Looks like over to our right-hand side, we have our first glimpse of an African elephant. Of course, we can find an African elephant on the African savanna, but the easiest way to tell the difference between them and their Asian cousins would be the shape of their ears. African elephants' ears will be larger, rounder, and look a bit like the continent they're from. Now, it's not a reliable way of telling them apart by looking at them individually, but there is a bit of a size difference between the two kinds of elephants as well. African elephants do take the title of largest land animal in the entire world, and Asian elephants come in at a very close second. They do tend to be a little bit smaller on average. Our friend back there did seem to be hanging out alone, so we can pretty safely assume that we saw a male elephant. They do tend to be a little bit more solitary. A male elephant will split off from the family group they were raised in when they reach maturity, which is usually around 12 to 15 years old. They'll either start to live a completely solitary life, or they form smaller bachelor herds with the other males. The females live in the family groups that they were born and raised in their entire lives, eventually having their own babies and raising them within the same families. Got another one out there on the left. We'll see if we can find any more. Might be a few around here. I think I saw someone in the back as well. Family groups of elephants are led by a matriarch who's usually the oldest female in the group. She's the one who makes decisions for the herd, leading everybody to new locations and making sure everybody gets along. The adults do all work together to help raise the young by demonstrating proper elephant behavior that the babies can copy until they get the hang of doing it all themselves. We don't know everything about how these animals' pretty complicated social lives work, but that's what the research that we do out here is for. We're constantly studying these animals' behaviors, figuring out how they interact with each other and the world around them. That helps us better understand how we can care for the animals who live here and protect their species in the wild. That research gets shared with organizations all over the world, and they share their research with us in return. So we are part of a massive global exchange of information, and the more we know, the more we're able to protect. Going to circle around a flamboyance of greater flamingos here. In the animal world, the word greater usually refers to size. So these are the largest of the flamingos. They are also the lightest pink. But no flamingo starts out pink. They all come out of their shells looking a bit like little gray fluff balls. The color comes from beta-carotene, found in brine, shrimp, and algae. The more they eat, the pinker they look. They won't look fully pink like adults until at least 2 years. There's another one of our elephant friends in the back. Circle around a mud wallow here. A lot of the animals out on the savanna have some pretty sensitive skin. They roll in mud to give themselves a coating that acts a lot like a natural sunscreen. Mud drying on their skin will help cool them off, and the coating protects them from bug bites too. You can sometimes find elephants rolling in mud or clay, but it's usually easier for them to get mud on their backs by scooping it into their trunks and flinging it over their heads. As we make this turn here, look up to the hill on the left. See if we can find anybody. It looks like in the way back there you might spot some cheetahs. The fastest land animals in the world. Cheetahs can get from 0 to 60 miles an hour in 3 seconds. Their speed plus their camouflage makes them perfect ambush predators. That's how they hunt. And unlike most cats, who are nocturnal, cheetahs are diurnal, most active during the day, so that no one bigger or stronger than them will be around or awake to steal their successful hunts. The cheetahs aren't technically big cats at all. They're not nearly as large as lions or tigers and lack a few of the key traits of the true big cats, like the ability to roar. Speaking of bigger, stronger, nocturnal cats, up on top of the rocks here, we are going to find some lions. That's another kitty using a scratching toast. 2 in a row, oh my goodness. I see 2 pretty girls and a pretty boy over here. Not asleep, then at least resting. During the day, their eyesight is about the same as ours, and at night it's 6 times better. So they spend their days conserving their energy for hunting at night. So the girls have the strength and numbers that they need to hunt successfully. They're the ones going out to hunt, while the males hang back to protect the pride in the territory. Even when they split up, they communicate over very long distances. Lions' roars can be heard up to 5 miles away, even by humans. That's the loudest roar out of any of the big cats. You got a few warthogs in the corner over here. And the holes in the ground up front are their burrows. They're the largest burrowing animals in Africa. Sometimes they dig their own, other times it's more of a finders keepers situation and they steal them from other animals. They won't kick an animal out of its burrow if it's already in there, but they do claim empty ones for themselves. Water buck kind of tucked in the tall grasses back there. Another kind of antelope. Female water buck. They're another kind of antelope where only males have horns. They get their name because they're not migratory like a lot of the other animals on the savanna are. Instead, they stick to the same watering hole pretty much their entire lives. They only really leave it behind if it becomes dangerous or dries up. Here we make our way into the Magadi Glen, which is home to the Warden's Post, but not home to the Warden. The post got taken over by a band of Nigerian dwarf goats. And they're just the cutest little guys. But they're also really useful animals to have around on pastures. Goats have amazing digestive systems and they eat pretty much anything. So they clear out the tougher vegetation that other cattle can't or won't eat. Like a more sustainable and adorable version of lawnmowers. But as we exit the Magadi Glen, the safari is starting to come to an end. But we saw some pretty awesome stuff out there. And if you're wondering what you can do to help those amazing animals, the Disney Conservation Fund provides the funding to the research we do here on the reserve, as well as many projects and organizations worldwide. And here at Animal Kingdom, if you donated any register in the park, Disney matches each donation dollar for dollar. But conservation doesn't have to end here on the reserve, or even on the African savanna. You can participate in conservation efforts at home by getting to know the animals you share your own corner of the world with. So see what you can do. Maybe you can plant a pollinator garden to help out the honeybees, or look up what you're putting in your lawn to help keep the waterways clean. And of course, education is one of the most important parts of conservation. And you're already educating yourself just by being here on this safari. So on behalf of all of the animals on the reserve, thank you so much for joining us today. It was my pleasure being your safari guide. I hope I was able to give you guys a really awesome tour. I hope you get to see some more of the amazing animals out there in the park today, and I hope you learned something new. And continue to learn as you continue on your journey through the park. There's so much more out there to see and learn, and if you're curious about anything we saw out there, feel free to come on up and ask after we dock. My windows are quite literally always open. Now's going to be a great time to check your rows, gather up your personal belongings, make sure you have everything you came onto the truck with. If anything gets left behind, it'd be a long walk back to Africa to get it back. Now, if your journey with us here at Animal Kingdom ends and you find yourself still curious about any of the animal friends that you saw today, you can check out a few online resources as well, like the Facebook page, Disney's Animals, Science and Environment, and the website, DisneyAnimals.com, to get updates on the animals that we take care of. Looks like we'll pull up to the dock in a second here. And I'll share one more Swahili word to round out this adventure. Kwaherini means go well. So go well, go wild, and go make a difference out there, friends. Have an amazing rest of your day here at Animal Kingdom, and wherever your next adventure takes you.
Hey, we got to see so many different animals. It's because it rained, and a lot of the animals are coming out because it's nice and cool. The lions were out. They were scratching the trees. They were just, I mean, all the animals were really out. The cheetahs were out. It was nice. It was nice. If you want to catch this same stream, again, in high def, you can go to our U of the tube and you can watch it in high def. And not only can you watch it in high def, but you can watch it live. Right now, we're live on the U of the tube. You could actually go over there and catch us live as we're doing this in high def. Absolutely perfect. By the way, we're trying to get to 250 subscribers on the U of the Tube. 250 subscribers, that's what we're trying to do today. Can you help us get there or surpass that goal? Can you help us surpass that goal? If somebody could go check out the channel, let me know. Put a comment in the U of the Tube. Say, hey, I'm here, just so we can get the chat moving. And then let me know how the quality of the sound and the visual quality is actually looking. By the way, if you just subscribed to us or followed on TikTok, hello family, how you doing? I hope you're doing absolutely fantastic. That one, Anthony, thank you. I'm translating to my friend because they don't speak English. Oh my goodness. What do they speak? What do they speak, Brainiac? That one, Anthony. Oh, I'm so happy to be back. You have no idea. I was out for a little while, but we're back and we're having fun. Arabic. Oh my goodness. I don't know Arabic, but I do know Spanish, and I know there's a lot of Spanish words that came from the Arabic language. Lots of them. Arroz, which is rice. It's one of the words. I really enjoy your lives and adventures. Thank you so much, Anthony. That means a lot to me. That means so much to me. You have no idea. What a beautiful day. It rained, it cooled down, so it's really nice. By the way, if you're just joining us, I'm Mr. Sprinkles. This is Sprinkles of Adventures. We are at Animal Kingdom. The park has about 30 minutes before it closes down, so we're kind of just walking around before we have to inevitably leave. But I will tell you this, we are going to be at Magic Kingdom tonight for the fireworks. I will be bringing my umbrella and my Crocs because they say there's like a 90% of rain. So that means that we're going to be rained up. We're going to be ready for whatever comes our way. So I'm excited. Yesterday I was not geared up for rain and I got soaked. I didn't even have my umbrella with me. We're not letting that happen tonight. Tonight we're going with a plan and we are going to make this thing happen. I'm sure you do miss it there. Wife and I went on our honeymoon. Oh, it is nice when you get to come over here for a special celebration and you come back and you're like, oh, I love it. Oh my goodness. Let's look at the cotton top tamarin. Look at him. He's up there. Oh, look at him move. This is the cotton top tamarin. Look at him. What are you guys doing?
Somebody do that for us.
Oh, yeah, we're live streaming. So we're on YouTube over here. We're on TikTok over here.
I've never. I don't know.
What's that round thing at the top?
This is a cooler for the phones because they tend to overheat. So to keep them from overheating, we just put them on.
Dang. How many followers do you have?
We have 12,000 followers over here, and yeah. So, yeah.
Where y'all film at?
We do all the parks. So we come 6 days out of the week, and we do all 6 parks, or we do all 4 parks.
Y'all
Yes.
probably know the Q2 or whatever, right? You know those guys?
Yeah.
Q2. We
Yeah.
saw him one time. I think before he got divorced, we saw him.
Yeah.
And then,
Tamarind? Say
So-
I've seen
tamarind?
him around.
No.
Say tamarind.
That's
That's right. What are they?
Look at these guys. Margot, how you doing? Look at these guys just,
This one up here, guys.
That's right. You see them? There's two.
they're just having some fun over there.
Oh, there's three. Here. Good. That's right. It's three.
I wish you could pet those.
How many?
I wish there was like an experience we could play with those.
How many do you see? 2, 3, 4.
Look at these guys. They kind of remind me of old people. I don't know. Old people. They have like that old person face, like old man faces.
Eat fruits, insects, and
There's one. Where's another
up to
one?
15 feet.
There it is. Oh, look, it's gonna
See, look,
There's this
grabbing
one.
the tree bark, trying to eat the sap.
What's his name?
Barky.
Mikey.
Very good.
That's Mikey. Okay.
See him?
Oh, look, look. It says hello.
You can do it. You're the best clubber in the world.
Look at this guy.
Here, come this over here. Dude,
We are in Florida.
that's so cool.
Look at this guy.
Oh, we should get pet it.
See him?
Very cool. Look at him. Look at him climb up. Let's do it.
Awesome. These are going to be our current tops. This is going to be TT. This is our little plush one that the ladies in Colombia make. Now these guys, we have 4 of them. We have Rico and the dog, and then we have Luna and Espresso. Now Espresso is because we are right across from Starbucks. What's really cool is if you guys like coffee to get a flat white, all the proceeds actually go to Cotton Top Tamarind Conservation. So these guys are critically endangered. There's not that many left in the wild, but there's a cool project called Proyecto TT, and they actually help out a lot. They give women jobs as well as they make these plushes and these bags. These are called Pico Mochilas. They actually will weave these together with recycled plastic bags, and it helps out get funds for them and to keep them safe.
I love that.
Yeah, you guys can just pick up on the website. They partner with Disney Conservation Park if you want to learn some more. But yeah, I really like these guys. They're super cute.
I wish there was like an experience where you could play with those things.
I know, yeah. We have
Thank
to
you.
make sure, though, that we, of course, have a great day.
Have a great one.
We have to make sure, though, that
So interesting. One's called Espresso because they're right across from Starbucks. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. That's fun. I love that. Okay, everyone. Let's keep it moving. It's 6:32. Probably gonna close out the stream in a little bit. We will be at Magic Kingdom tonight. I'm gonna go home and eat some dinner with Mrs. Sprinkles. Yes, please be respectful of our live. Connie Disney fan, how you doing, miss? Should we go over to Pandora real quick before we head out of here? Should we go over to Pandora? It's 3:33 in Arizona. It is 6:33 in Orlando, Florida. Ooh, the Navi River journey only has a 15-minute wait right now. Should we try to get on it? Should we see if we can get on it? Let's do it. There might be a little lag on it, but who knows? Maybe there won't be. I haven't done it in a long time, so we may or may not get some lag. If we have some lag and we drop, well, then we drop and then you guys come back after we're done, but we'll see. Let's go have some fun, yeah, shall we?
You let me queen, Mom.
By the way, if you are an annual pass holder and you're going to be coming to Animal Kingdom, remember Tifton has a pretty good discount for you guys. So make sure that you go and enjoy Animal Kingdom's awesome food. I highly suggest Tifton's. Very good food. Tiffin's. It's actually Tiffin's. I call it Tifton's. I don't know why. It's Tiffin's. That's my fault. Okay, here we are, walking into Pandora. Look at this. By the way, I hope you're all having a great day. If you don't know, we are streaming on 2 platforms right now. We are currently streaming on TikTok and we're streaming on the U of the Tube. So if you are trying to... Animal Kingdom is open at night during the winter time, and you get an awesome show in front of the Tree of Life. So yes, it is. If you could do me a favor, if you could go to the U of the Tube app, just put in a hello, tap that subscribe button. I'm going to greatly appreciate it. It's going to help us out tremendously. Here we go. Looks like there's a 15-minute wait only. Should we do it? Let's go do it. It might be less. I bet you anything is less. Let's do it. Let's get on. Let's go have some fun. By the way, if you haven't seen the new Pandora movie, you need to watch the new Pandora movie. It is amazing. Hello. The new Pandora movie is beyond awesome. It is so nice. I loved it. Anybody else feel the same way? Anybody else see the new Pandora movie? Ash and Fire, yeah, it was good. It was a little bit more risque than I anticipated. I didn't think it was going to be so risque. It was a little risque. Here we go. Looks like there's no wait. Looks like we might not have any wait. It's actually going to be pretty good. Or very little wait. Let's look at some of this stuff. These are some of the animals that you'll see here as we come in to this ride. Got another one, it's called the Dire Horse. Rainforest grasslands. Very similar, Earth Horse plays an important role in lives of the Na'vi. Very interesting. This one always lags. We're gonna try. We're gonna see if we won't lag. Thank you.